Greetings, mentor. I made a promise to you the last time that I will be doing videos on the software I'm developing. I've done I've done 80% of it. I'm just waiting on some other procedures from the company that makes me delay a bit because I work with what they want. All right, but so far I think I need to show you. Well, I'm using a .NET framework. The programming language that I'm using is VB.NET. Okay. Um, Now I am also using SQL Server 2014 because this is a software that I will have to deploy in different departments, and I will also have to use the networking aspect. That is, I will assign private IP, to enable LAN connection, so each of this PC can be able to communicate with himself using switch, which I will embed. But since I'm using my own PC to develop the software, so I'm using the Windows authentication or form. All right, so here is the my work, and this is the folder. Iamco is the company, and this is the SQL script I'm working with. So I've just tap on it so it will open up. All right, let me just close this and close this, so the one that I opened with the SQL script will open up. Let's wait a bit. Well, while the SQL script is opening, I would also want to open up the software which is saved under my document. And to develop the software, I'm using Visual Studio 2012. It is a licensed software. This is the project. I am cool. The project essentially is to manage the college, information and all. So the program is opening. As you can see, the SQL script that I use to develop this software is this. This is the software actually. So it's asking me to connect. Since I'm using my Windows remote server, so that is what I embed behind the app. Now you can see create database, IAMCO, use database, go create and all. Now this is the table I create for their logins information. As you can see, this is 1 2 3 4 5. It is 5-in-1 software. In other words, this is the CEO details. His name is Jeremiah T. Monde, and he's a CEO. He has a password of capital CEO001. And of course, Frederick Tigbetu is the HOD. For the HOD, I have not yet worked on it because they have not yet told me on how they will do their calculation and develop some scripts and all. Here is Michael T. Bobo. He is the registrar. He has the password of CEO and 003. This is Simeon Coca. He is the finance. He has CEO 004. And this is Naomi Senesi. She is the admin. Alright. So the software is this. Let me just click the software. Now I'll just set my I was working on the finance aspect, so let me just bring this here to 1. Alright, so if I run this application, as you can see, it's building up those, so it gives us that. And here is the about mentor. He said this is a software designed by engineer Basimala. At him, this product is licensed to Iamco Limited These products can be used to manage any university, college, or any learning institution. You can contact developer through owner or the following number, and these are my numbers. Of course, this is my email, and I believe they know it. And here I just pass in. Of course, you will see the tooltip that I gave to this link label. When you tap this link, you will open up their website, which I created for them as well. So you will close this. So as I was showing you in the SQL server, let's say Naomi Senesi want to do some registration about a new student who want to apply for a course. So Naomi Senesi has to input her details. You see, if let's say the person didn't enter anything, it will just prompt this: login information is incorrect. One, check if your full name that we have in our database is correctly spelled. Check if your password that we have in our database is correctly entered. Check if you have selected the correct user type, or check if the CEO might have changed your password. In other words, the CEO can be in his office and then he can able to change all of their password, and they will not be able to log into their various panel or department. So let me log in for Naomi Senesi, who is the admission officer. NAOMISENESIE, and this is the password: CEO005, I think. And you see, she is the admin. Let's assume she selected the CEO and then she wants to log in. It will not. It still shows what? I am login details. Your login information is incorrect. So for her to log in, she has to select the correct information like this. Now she can log into her own panel. You see, so this is the admission details. When she is now in the admission details, she can now press refresh. Of course, as you can see, these are the details so far that are in the database. All right, so if we want to do a new data, let's assume I said 111, and here I will say Joshua, Joshua, Commander, Commander, Kamanda. All right, and your date of birth you can select using this. You can select your date of birth, date of admitted. Of course, you can select your address, and I will say America, America. Let's say your phone number is 077777777, like that, and your place of birth I will say Kailahun, Kailahum, Kailahun, and your father's name I will say Joshua. This is just testing, Joshua. Your occupation, software engineer, and your modern name I will say Commander, and the occupation I will say trader, and I will say here 07777. The address I will say Kailahun, and your, let's see, your students I will just say Joshua Commander at gmail.com. and let's assume I now want to select a picture. I just need to click this for you. Maybe I will select this as a picture for you, and I will select you because you see these two things you're seeing here. This is to add to this combo box. If I put my cursor, you see it reads, it says tap to add to select course item. In other words, if there is any course they want to upgrade, they can just tap this for themselves. At one time it will add, and if they want to remove any course from this, at one time they will remove it, and it applies for all of these other text these other combo boxes. So let's say you are admitted by the registrar, and Microsoft package. Let me say your qualification is what I do now. Let me say working, and how do you hear about us? Here I'll just say maybe on WhatsApp and all. So if I said tap to enter, it says This data already exists in our database because the student ID is what makes you unique. All right, so it cannot be duplicated in the database. All right, we can have 3 4 5 Joshua Commander, but the ID should not be the same. So as you can see here, we already have 111. So in order for us to able to add these your details, we now have to give you a new ID. So now I will give you like 115. Since 115 is no longer is not here, so we can now tap, and of course you see one record successfully inserted, like that. So you see, so maybe I can just click new for new record, or maybe I can just clear everything. Let's see if I said new, everything goes. So I will now be ready to take new record. Now I want to give you the admission, the admission confirmation that indeed. So what I need to do, I need to search for your information. Well, this I called advanced search. As you can see, I can search by student ID, first name or middle name or your last name, and then it will just come as like that. So let me say you are 115. Automatically you see it's updated, it comes like that. So I can now print for you. You see, the admin officer cannot able to give an offer letter because it is only the registrar can able to give that offer. Then two, she cannot able to do any update, nor can she delete or export any data. The CEO only has that ability to. All right, so I'll print this information as a test case. I want to print this, so you have to wait a bit. When you tap it, you have to wait. Because it's reading. So that's it. So you see, so this is the information you just gave. Joshua Commander, software engineer 077 Kainlao. This is your image, and of course you see IAMCO admission form. So this form they will give on to you. You see, please come along with this when coming for your interview, and please make sure you report if there is any changes before receiving an offer letter. All right, so you can print this out by clicking this print and all, and you just have it. So like that. So if I want to know that indeed I've printed for you, I now need to click this. Of course you see Joshua Key Commander, date the 2021 9th and the 4th, and this is the time. The type is what? Admission form. Let's say if I printed so many form, I can type here your name and I search for you. Your name will pop up. That is to show that I have issued out to you an admission form. If I want, I can as well delete these. If I want to delete it, if I say delete, it asks, do you want to delete Joshua Commander with the date? And of course, maybe I will say no, and I'll just close this. You see, this is student admission letter printed record. All right, so it asked me again, confirm exit. I said yes, so it confirms. All right, so now the person has come with the admission, he has done the interview. He now demands an offer letter wherein they will tell him how much he will pay, when he will start the course and all. Okay, so there comes the registrar. So the registrar would now need to log in his own account, like his name is Michael T Bobo. Michael T Bobo. He has a password of CO003 and he is the registrar. So if he logs in, so you see this is the registrar panel. All right, now if we refresh, these are the details so far. All right, so the registrar now want to give you an he want to give you an offer letter. So the registrar cannot able to input any details here because the details should be generated from what the admission officer has given onto him. So if you want to visit the admission officer, he can click this. So when he click, he cannot able to print an admission because that is not his function. All right, so what he will do now, he want to issue it out to you 115. all right, so you see he can now set these things. But assuming that you just want to tap offer letter without setting this, these things automatically appear by changing the text box to red. That is to indicate that you have to input registrar name. So here I will say the Basimara is the registrar, and here I will say the certificate or diploma. I will now look the course. I will look at this course here. Now this is Microsoft Office, and Microsoft Office is a certificate program. Now because you are doing Microsoft Office, it means you should be in the information and information technology department, all right, instead of accounting, because they are also doing accounting. Now he will have to price you for this particular course. Maybe it's supposed to be 3 million, so I'll say 3 million leons, and here is to write the program cost in word, because if you don't know figure you can read it in word. So I'll say 3 million leons, and the academic year will be 2022, and you have to select when this course will start. Maybe it will start 2022 September, yes, 1st, and you close it. Now if you tap offer letter, it's generate just like that. Institute of what? Accounting and Management College, IAMCO Limited. This is their number, their address is this, and their website is this, their email is this. So you see, so the date and time of submission is this, so it automatically generated. This is the time, this is the date we issued out to you this offer letter. You see, so the student ID is automatically now given on to you. This is Joshua K. Commander, and your address is America. This is your email. Congratulations, you have admitted to the Institute of IAMCO College for the 2022, you see, academic year leading to certificate in Microsoft Office. So program cost, as he inputted there, is what? Microsoft Office package information Thursday, and this is 3 million leons. You see it in words and all. So here, this is the registrar, that is me, you know, and all. So I will close this program. Okay, now if he want to go back to his panel, let's say anyone can press this, and then it can lead you to any other stuff. But for me to direct the users to their various department, you will now need to provide your password again, like CEO003 for the registrar, and then you select registrar and said go back. So you see, it will take him back. So automatically, see what happened. This is your ID, this is your details, I'm the registrar, this is your information and all. So I'll just comment that this was issued to 115. Maybe I'll just add this comment. Now if I add this comment, it says what? One role successfully. All right, so like I said, let's say for instance example, you let me see, Naomisenasia and 5, and she's the admin, like that, and she said login. Now Joshua Commander, you want to change your or you want to add to your occupation. All right, you want to add to father's occupation. Instead of software engineer, you want to say businessman. All right, you see this lady cannot able to do it even if she changed it. If you said here businessman, so if you said update, nothing will happen. You see, she cannot even able to delete any record, neither can she. So she has to call the CEO to do that. All right, so what the CEO will do, the CEO will now log in, which is Jeremiah Timonde. Jeremiah Timonde. and this is CEO001, and he's the CEO. He can now log in. So I make the CEO panel so funny in a way that he has the full functionality to change the menu color based on what he wants. You see, let's say for instance he wants the menu color to be like this. You see, it has changed. So if you want the background color of the menu to be black, it can just be like that, like that. And maybe he want to increase the font, he can increase the font by himself, you know. You see the font increase. Of course, if you want to also change the font color, you know, you can change it maybe by just giving it this color. It's changed. All right, so he can able to actually view all the databases. So he said if I click alt, so you see these are the various databases. You see, so far the various database. This is for registrar, this is for admission and all. So if you want to do changes, you now need to audit all. But when he closes, you see, so here he can visit any panel at all. You see, this is the admission, this is the registrar, this is the HOD, and this is the finance. All right, so if you click here like that, automatically everything here, this is businessman, right? So he can able to update. You see, tap to update. So as soon as you click update, it says what? Update successful. Now the information is no longer businessman. All right, so and of course he can also delete a particular record. Okay, let's say he want to delete this record, so he can delete this by clicking delete, and this record will be successfully deleted, you know, like that. Okay, now he can't just delete anything, okay, because I have set a constraint, so he can't delete anything. He can't delete anything because of the SQL constraint. The constraint, if he deletes a record, it means it has to be deleted from the main record. All right, so that is it. Let me just run this again. But he can able to export a particular record. I'll just say Jeremiah and this is the password. And of course is the CEO. So like I said, he can able to view the various departments. All right, by clicking refresh. So he can able to export this record. You see, it asks you here to wait, and maybe I'll just save this record here, test for mentor to see, and I'll just save this. So when it's done saving, it still tells you to wait. You'll see a message that will pop up that it is successful. All right, we have to wait. It's converting this information to Excel. So we export this information to Excel, so it still tells us to wait, so we have to wait a bit. So you see, successfully save at file C. That is my desktop, and I'll say okay. All right, so it changes again to export. Now I can come back here. So let's say I want to visit the finance, which I am now working on. It has the password of CEO002, and of course I think is a Simeon, Simeon, Coca, Coker, Okay, I think it's CEO004. That's his password. Alright, let me do it again. CEO002. If 2 is not working, maybe 4 is working. Okay, let me check the database. Okay, COCKER. Alright. I was making a mistake. COCKER, Simeon Coca. And the password is CO004. Alright, so we got it now. You see, it can now log in. Now, Simeon Coca you want to come and pay to Simeon Coca. So Simeon Coca will ask you, what is your information? What is your ID? Sorry, your ID is 11115. All right. So automatically 115, your cost is what, 3 million, if you could remember. You did a certificate course, which is Microsoft Office, and your academic year is 2020. And Basimara is the person who registered your name, and your department will put you is information technology. Your course start date is September 1, 2022. Of course, you're seeing it. So here, if you pay the exact money, like 3 million loans, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and you said tab, automatically it just calculates everything for you. All right, so I can just add this information. So that is what I'm working on now, to add this information without referencing or looking back there, and all. So far this is how far I've gone. I'm trying to work on this panel. I also need to include down here the receipt and revenue and receipts column. All right, expenses and receipts column, that will just calculate everything that they receive and what they spent and all. Yeah, of course they'll do their. So that is how far I've gone with this, but I'm trying to round it up by the special grace of God. The video is very long because the software is very huge. It's very huge. So if I close this, let me just show you the barcode. These are the codes actually, for admission. I think so far, just for admission, I have written, let me just put this down here. It calculator tells us the exact. So you see, so just for admission, the line of code is 1000 and one code that I've used so far. And these are the various applications, as you can see. The splash screen, the number of print show, the form register HOD, this. So the 1100 is just for this one I selected. So imagine if we now calculate for all of these. So the code is climbing up to something like 4000 lines of code, and you know what that means. A lot of functional, a lot of classes and all, but this is the second language I learned, in my university, which is VB.net. But I can work with the C# because C# and VB are almost the same, and C# and C++, which is the first language I also learned, are almost the same. Their calibrations and all, and the way of declaring their data types and all. So that's it. That is how far I've gone. Alright, so I'll just pause this program and I'll send it to you. Please give your comment. Thank you.